Today I'm gonna be kind of reworking anyway. I have an entire lineup going on. This is old, but and I'm just slowly trying to like perfect each character and bring them out. And one of the things that like I've been kind of thinking about is this character anyway. She needs to be a bit taller, and there's just some things about her face that just still really like bother me. And so like all of this is a work in progress. But once she's done, I'm either going to work on Noro or I'm going to work on this guy over here. So yeah, but for now I'm going to be working on Yunue, just trying to get her up to speed. I'm not really sure. I don't even know like what hairstyle I want for her. Like I kind of know that I want it to be like straight cut and perfect, but like I don't know if I want it to be like long or short. And it's just been this like ongoing battle, and I don't think I'll really know for sure until it's like until I've tried like a billion things. But first we're gonna fix her face because her face is just like really bothering me. So I supersized this old one right here. You'll notice it's a lot tinier. And by supersizing it, I lose a lot of quality because it wasn't made to be this big. And I just put a wig over it because it drives me crazy looking at a character that's like bald. I'm like missing out on a lot of their personality. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get started on that, and I'm gonna pick some music. Have anything. I don't even know. I don't know. Oh gosh, I've been like in a really weird spot for the last few months regarding music. It's just been really terrible. Been like super picky. And I don't really have a whole lot on my playlist. Maybe if I go to my liked. Where's my liked? Whatever, we'll use it. Okay. So we'll just work on this. And get my mouse out of the way.
You should see me in a crowd. I'm gonna win, there's nothing to help. Watch me make them bow. One bite. You should see me in a crowd. Your silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make them bow. One bite.
Trying to give her a more fierce look because it's Inoue. And usually, whenever light is coming down on your face like that, you actually have a shadow kind of in between the eyebrows, so it should actually come up kind of like this. And the reason that there's light coming down right here is because your whole like eyebrow, this whole area right here, is kind of like shaped like that, I guess. Like if we were to turn her to the side, obviously her eyebrow would be kind of like sticking out, and then your eye is like right here, and then you have like your nose. So kind of like that, obviously like really exaggerated, but so we're just gonna add a little bit of a highlight right here. And softly pull this up without it being too harsh. And I'm actually going to kind of add a really, really harsh highlight right here and pull her eyebrows up just a little bit. They just feel a little too far down for me. And the other thing is, like, because I sized this up, now we're going to be dealing with a lot of like blurry spots, so I'm going to have to go through and edit all that and fix it. I think it'll just naturally happen over time because I'll be fixing everything. A lot of her face is going to change. So I don't think I have to like worry too hard or like specifically do anything. It's just gonna kind of be fixed over time as I like change a few things on her face. And I'm not gonna do this too harsh on her eyebrows. I just want a little bit of a scalp, but I don't want it to be too much, like at all. And I don't want her eyebrows to be too perfect, but at the same time, like I'm not, because this is just like a, what do you call it, like a concept art, I'm not really gonna worry about the style of her eyebrows and make them look realistic at all. I'm not gonna worry about that like at all. And since she's got bangs, I'm gonna pull the shadow down. And fix the edges of her eyebrows. I'm gonna shorten them up a little bit. Nope, don't play ArcheAge. I haven't played it in a really long time. I quit. I've been really busy like doing other things and working on my graphic novel, so I haven't really like played games much. I've kind of played a little bit of BDO, but that's really like rare. I've been playing Sims. But that's like behind the scenes. I was actually thinking about streaming that tonight and I was like, oh no, I'd rather draw. You still play ArcheAge? How's that been going for you? One of the things that I'm going to fix is I'm actually going to make her pupils a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go in and just kind of add, I want it to feel like she's kind of looking like slightly up, like a scowl, like looking at the camera. So I'm gonna add, usually when someone's looking up at something, you can see a little bit of underneath their pupil. So there should be like a little bit of white, just a tiny bit, or like a hint of it. And I'm also gonna size her pupils down too, but we'll do that in a second. The other thing that I'm gonna do is I don't like it when my irises or pupils or whatever you want to call it, the whites in the eyes, I don't like the whites to be too white. So I'm actually going to add some shading on there. I'm gonna go in and just pick like a blue or purple or yellow, I think purple or pink, and kind of shade the corners of the eyes a little bit. And also underneath where the eyelid is going to be. Now that's still not dark enough for me, so I'm going to take it a shade darker. I'm going to use a purple. Let's like turn the density down. Just like a shade darker of purple. I think that'll be perfect. And just line it right under where the eyelashes or whatever you want to call the eyelid is going to be. Right here. Gonna take some tries to get it right, but it'll come together. Yeah, messed up. Here we go. Much better. And then I'm gonna lighten up the inner corner. So we're just gonna take that color and come in, not inner corner, bulge of the eye, like the part that's like closest to us and most focused out or whatever, pulled out. The dome of the eye. I don't really know a better word. So you can kind of see it gets lighter in this area, but it's also dark in kind of these spots where it gets into a corner, comes up underneath, and right here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just some kind of shading makes it look that much better. I don't know what this song is. I don't know. Is this a commercial? Sick Kick. I love Sick Kick. Of course, he's on my playlist. Okay, anyways, so we're just gonna keep on keeping on. So the next thing that I want to kind of work on is pulling her eyes up a bit. I really want them to feel like not slanted, but like slim, I guess. I don't know. I want her to feel very like fuck you kind of vibe. So we're just gonna fix this and pull her eyes in a little bit, because you'll notice the white is going really far out and I don't want that. And I'm still gonna go in and make her pupils just a little bit smaller. They're really bothering me. So we're just gonna kind of go around the edges of it and pull it in. We're trying not to lose the color of the pupils though, because I worked pretty hard on those and I think I like the color mixture in there. We just want the whole thing to be smaller. Okay, so just to compare it to the one next to it, I'm already seeing a difference, and I think this one already looks that much better, even though it's barely there. I think if we just kind of take the tops off and compare them, the right one is definitely starting to look more clear, but we've got a lot of work to do. The next thing that I want to fix is her lashes. So we're going to go in and just pull them in a bit, because now that her eyes are smaller, her lashes need to kind of come in. So we're going to pull those in. And honestly, I'm not really worried about the shape of the lashes right now, and the reason why I'm not worried about making them perfect is because this is concept art, and the lashes should always be like the final goal after you've put on the makeup and stuff. So right now I'm just sizing everything down, and then after I've like fixed her makeup and everything, then as a final touch I can go back and make the lashes look perfect. But they should not be something that I'm like overly trying too hard to like make look perfect right now. That's totally unnecessary for the stage of concept art. And you can see there's still some parts that are kind of shining through, and that's okay. I'll get to it in a bit. It'll just be a slow process that'll kind of come together on its own. The other thing that I'm doing is just kind of bringing the shadow in. I really want it to feel like this isn't just a fat face right here. I want it to feel like we have a slim face, and one of the things that like a lot of beginner artists forget is like the shading on the side of the face. How you shade this area right here determines sometimes how like fat or slim their face will feel. So sometimes like people who are newer artists, they'll wonder why their character like feels like they have a really round face when they're trying to achieve a slim face, even though they're like sizing the whole head in and pushing the whole head in. That won't ever be enough. Like if they're doing this, it still won't be nearly enough, because you still have to like add shading to kind of show that there is like a side of the face, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. I kind of messed up, even I forget. We're gonna just kind of pull that in, especially since she's gonna have like, you know, hair coming down in front of her face. It's okay to like add a lot of shading right here. I don't know what this song is either. You know, this is like my, I don't know, I think this is either PvP or my hot playlist, like, for dancing. I don't know what this is. I have no idea why I added that to this playlist. That's hilarious. That's not What is this? Oh, this is just liked. Okay. I haven't sorted it all. That's hilarious. I'll keep it on this one for now. Okay, anyways, so I'll just keep going. I'm gonna smooth out some spots on her eyebrows. And bring that shadow in. Bring this shadow in. Because when the ear comes down into the face, there's this like kind of shadow spot, and then there's this other spot where like women will do their makeup and add like a hollow in the cheekbones. So all that should be kind of sort of hinted. So we're gonna take, I'm not gonna do like a dark color, but I am gonna take the red and just kind of pull that in right about here. Yeah. This is just something that I totally like skipped over. It's hilarious. And because we're getting to the, you know, front of the face, or like the parts of the face that are very subtle changes, now I'm going to turn the density down on my brush and just kind of pull out that red color very softly, like build it up, and then I'm going to take another color and just kind of add on top of that. I'm going to do the same over here. And then also your chin kind of will have a little bit of that indent. So all this is going to end up darker. And so if I were to zoom out and compare the two side by side to each other, you can already feel, even though I didn't pull the face, like I didn't take the whole entire face and squish it in horizontally, all I did was accented the sides of the face with some shading, and that is making it look slimmer. So that's important. I'm gonna fix her nose because that is very blurry. And I'm going to turn the density up, not all the way, but just up a bit, and kind of build up. So a lot of the shading around the nose is going to be a little bit kind of harsh, because we have this like really harsh light coming down on her face, and she's going to be scowling and looking up, so there should be like a really harsh shadow kind of underneath everything. Anything that's like, you know, covered in something should have like a really harsh shadow, like in these areas, and kind of right here should have like a really nice shadow. So I'm just gonna really pull out the dark lines. I'm gonna add like a little bit of a highlight on the outer edge, since we're trying to make this all feel more uniform. Come in here and get rid of any blurry spots. I don't want it to be blurry. I'm gonna take a purple, probably like this one. More purple than that. That's good. And we're gonna pull this out, hinting that the tip of her nose is casting a shadow down into her like lower lip or upper lip area. I always forget what this is called. But that's where the shadow is gonna go. And we don't want to do it too much, but we do want to kind of bring it down here too, to hint that the nostrils are also casting a shadow, because she's kind of looking up at us, right? Or, well, not like directly up, but kind of like definitely coming towards us, but slightly up at an angle, or rather the camera is kind of slightly looking down at her. So because there's this slight down angle, we're going to see less of the nostrils and more of, you know, the top of the nose and stuff. And I'm going to come in and harshen these lines up. Still don't feel like that's dark enough, so I'm actually going to take a really dark dark color, but look how, like, even though this is pretty dark, it's actually not black. I don't ever use black. I always say this in all of my streams. This is like a purple. So I'm taking a very, very dark purple and I'm using that to kind of hint that there are nostrils there. I'm also going to take that color and kind of scatter it throughout her lips. I'm not going to worry about the outer corners just yet. And I'm also going to kind of take her makeup, whatever you want to call it. It looks like eyeliner, I guess. I'm going to kind of get rid of all the eyeliner, and I'm actually, one of my favorite things to do when I'm drawing females is I don't like to put like actual makeup on them. I like to just kind of really add a lot of like reds or browns or oranges or purples even around like the eyes and stuff to kind of make it look like they're like almost sick even. So like for example the nose, I like to make the nose and the lips kind of, not the main part of the lips, but like the outer corners and the tip of the nose and this whole area of the eye, I like to just add a lot of rough like color, I guess. I don't know how to explain that better. So basically I'm just gonna take like a red, kind of make them look sick almost. I don't know why, I personally think this looks nice. It's a really weird thing to like think is attractive, but it's just personally like what I like. I don't want them to like feel like they have a lot of makeup on. I want them to feel like they just have like a very naturally beautiful face. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm gonna go in and basically add like the shadow under here. So adding this like red under her eye is really saying that she has like a like basically it's saying that this part of the eye is like bulging out far enough that it's casting a shadow right here, because the light is coming down and it's not able to make it down here because there's this like eyeball that's like pulling out. Other ways to kind of make it look like the eye socket is very defined is to like add a highlight in between, and then it really feels like the like eye socket has a lot of definition. So that's kind of something that I'm going to be doing, is I'm just going to kind of go in here and add like a highlight in the center of it. And I'm actually going to use a little bit of that purple. Because this is going to go under her hair. So this, I want to kind of start transitioning to a different color. And the other thing that I want to do is go in and fix the inner corner of her eye. Well, first I'm going to come in and really straighten up this like top lid. I want to hear it again. I like that song. Go back. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna go in and really flatten out the top because she's looking kind of up at us in a scowl, right? So the top of her lid kind of needs to be almost over her like eye or whatever. The other thing that I want to do is really just kind of pull this in. So we're just kind of making her eyes a little bit smaller, basically. I could pull them in a bit too. I'm trying to think. Hey, McBander Huge, what's up? Cheers! I'm drinking Jack and Coke. Hey, Skills, what up? Another thing that I'm gonna do is kind of get rid of all the, look at how much like freaking eyelashes are going all the way up into her lid. I don't like that, so we're just gonna go in and take this color and pull this over and cut a lot of that away because her freaking makeup and lashes are not that big. Oh, what video game are you playing? I freaking love this song. I might repeat this a lot. And, you know, I'm still kind of... I don't think I'm going to be happy with those eyes. I don't know. Okay, you know what I could do? I can keep the inner corner in the same spot and just pull the outer corner in because we're gonna kind of squish them a bit. Oh yeah. How are you playing so many games all at once? What? I just hit my face with a plastic fork, knife, whatever. Glad nobody saw that. I'm not really that great. I just use a lot of references. It's just practice, that's all it is, I swear. It's taken me years to get to where I am. I just decided, because I haven't really been streaming a whole lot. So something that I've been really like frustrated about is I feel like my male poses aren't where I want them to be. This isn't a good example. Let me find a good example. Let's see, where is Siva? Okay, so this is a really great example. Whenever I draw guys, I'm kind of still really struggling with their proportions, especially their feet. And I think it's because I'm usually used to drawing women. And so women, if they're wearing heels and they pose a certain way, you obviously won't be able to see like the back of their feet and stuff. So it always has this like hoof effect. And I think I'm just used to that, and like I've noticed, I'll like link my pictures to some friends and they always say the same thing. They're like, men don't pose like that. They don't, their feet are like grounded. They're not like women all like cutesy and stuff. So, and it's just really been freaking driving me crazy that I haven't been able to like get a wrap around it. So because of this like frustration, I set up a plan, a 6-month plan, starting on January 1st. I guess you could call this a New Year's resolution now that I'm thinking about it. Starting on January 1st for 6 months, I'm going to be, like, every time I stream and stuff, everything that I do is going to be in order to steady male poses and just like action figures and kind of look at like how like the feet move and the hands move and stuff like that, and really try to like study it, and hopefully I can track my progress and by the end of 6 months see like if there's a difference or not. So like this is the first time that I've ever like seriously wanted to like track and kind of like push myself. So yeah, that's basically all it is. Like it's just like a lot of studying and studying and studying, just like anything basically. Why do I have this song on? I don't know what this is. Let me change it. Oh, this is a good song. It was kind of embarrassing too, because I was like, I don't want to like show people this. I don't want them to see like how terrible I am. Or like I'll skip over it sometimes. Like I'll be drawing a guy character and I'll just kind of work on the top and you can kind of see I kind of got it, kind of sort of. But like this, what is this? I couldn't even. And the only reason this looks okay and the only reason this looks sort of okay, that's really not that great, but it's because I was using a lot of references, and so I feel like at this point it's becoming a crutch, and I want to really challenge myself to be able to do that with like without using a lot of references. But yeah, basically all of next year, starting on January 1st or whenever my stream schedule is, the first Wednesday of January, I'll be streaming non-stop and trying to just improve. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is metals, because my metals are not good at all. Like any sort of like reflective surface like water, metal or plastic or like anything like that, I feel like needs a lot of work. So yeah, the next 6 months are going to be dedicated to all that. Freaking hoof feet. What is that? What is that? I have others. I have others. Where are they? I gotta find them. It's freaking hilarious. I know I have others. Let's see. Oh, this is an old one. That's not overly terrible, but you can tell there's like obviously something very wrong with his body. I don't even know. And then the feet, like there's no definition. It just looks like it's turning into a hoof or like a sucker at the end or something. I don't freaking know. It just looks weird. It needs work. but that won't start till January. So right now I'm just kind of working on getting this whole like lineup kind of sort of dished out. Doesn't have to be like great or anything, but I just want it to be dished out. So some things that I'm changing right now is Yunue's face and making her taller. I have to change Noro's height. I want him to be shorter. And then I also want to kind of add armor on Noro. So like if you look at him, you can kind of tell he doesn't really have anything going on for his armor. It's just kind of sketched in, but not like designed. The other thing, I need to like make her armor actually look like it's in the same lighting as this, because look how dark hers is supposed to be the same color as his, so like look how dark this is, but then we go over here and this is like a light blue. It's like a gray blue. So that needs to be fixed. And then he needs some armor. He's naked. Yeah, this has a lot of work to be done. But hopefully that'll get sketched out. And then after about 6 months or so, their poses, like especially the men, their poses and their feet should look better. I hope to God their feet better look better. If their feet don't look better, I got another 6 months to go. But I hope it doesn't take that long. I hope it just takes only 6 months. I don't want to go on a year. Meh. I just went like on a long tangent about that because I was like really excited about it. I'm gonna pick different music. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe like this? I'm fine with this. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna try and fix Yunue's face because she just kind of doesn't really, I don't know, she just doesn't really feel like her yet. She feels kind of almost there but not quite. Anyways, okay, so we're just gonna keep doing that. So you can kind of already notice the difference. I started putting like shading and making her eyes smaller and bringing in her eyelashes and adding some shading on the outer edges of the face to make it feel like there actually is like a different plane or wall or whatever going in a different direction instead of just one big fat face or whatever. We're going to take that shadow, the darkest dark, and kind of actually pull that in some more. Should come in right about here. And part of the reason that I'm doing this is, like I said, she's going to have hair in the way, so all of this should be kind of darker. And I'm going to soften and blur out the lower part right here. I don't want it to be, like I want it to kind of have, I don't know how to explain it. I want it to kind of be soft, but I don't want it to be too soft. So I'm just going to kind of soften it up a little bit and then go over it with my airbrush. I don't usually use the blur tool a whole lot. I don't think it's necessary. And in some programs, the blur tool actually doesn't even work the right way. So I don't usually go crazy with the blur tool. The other thing that I want to do is really add some shading in the inside of the eye, and the reason for this is like we talked about, it's the same kind of concept with the under eye. So like you have this like top of the head, right, and it's kind of coming down in the shape kind of sort of, right, like a spear, and then it comes out kind of sort of right about here. This kind of goes in, but this part should all kind of come poking out, and then it sinks into the eye, so there is like this whole sunken in spot, but then when you get to this part right here, this all bulges out, including right here. And this part right here blocks the light, so whatever direction the light is coming from, it's gonna block that from hitting down under here. So that's why there's a lot of like shadow right here. But because there is this like spot that comes out right here on the eyebrows there's gonna be a really harsh shadow, and it depends on the person. So if you have like, I'll just say Asian, even though it really depends on their facial features. Usually Asians have more of a flatter face. So if they have a flatter face, you're not really gonna see a really harsh shadow because this isn't gonna be blocking a lot of light because it's flatter. So you don't have all these like surfaces getting in the way. So that's why we're adding a really harsh shadow right in this corner right here. And we're gonna go in and just keep doing that basically. And I feel like it's still not dark enough, so I'm actually gonna go in, and you see this really dark red right here? That's what we're gonna use for that inner corner. And we're not gonna go crazy with it, we're just gonna only focus it in this area. And the reason that I'm not like going crazy and bringing it all right here is because, like we said, the eyeball, this whole socket right here, this will bulge out. Because your eye doesn't start right here, and your eye isn't this like shape right here. Your eye is like this whole area inside this like socket, and then the skin of your lids cover it. So because that's coming out, this is gonna have a highlight on it. It's gonna catch a lot of light. So we're not going to take our like shading over that. We're only gonna put it right here. And how far in we bring it, like right here, depends on the size of your nose. Like the bridge right here, this whole bridge. If your nose is like super wide and flat, then obviously you're gonna keep this like really far apart from each other. But if your nose is like super skinny and exaggerated, then you would wanna like bring that shading in. Just remember, basically the further in that you bring the shading, the more you're like exaggerating a certain feature. So something to be aware of. I'm not going to make it very harsh. I'm just going to kind of softly bring the color kind of in right here. That's still not soft enough. Let's turn the density down and just kind of softly bring it out like that. And it still kind of feels a little bit harsh, so I'm going to just kind of add a little bit of shading. Or something. I don't really know. Have you guys ever seen the anime Ergo Proxy? And I actually don't want this shadow to go all the way out. It really depends on the character. So it depends on what kind of like eyebrows that you have. So like some people, I don't really know like a particular race off the top of my head, but some people have very, very like exaggerated eyebrows, especially men. Usually they'll have like very, like their eyebrow right here will like poke out really far. And if their eyebrow pokes out really far, then you're gonna obviously have a lot of shading going further out because a lot of stuff is gonna end up more covered up. If they don't have like very exaggerated eyebrows, then we're not going to see a lot of this. And actually what will happen is the opposite, because like we said, this bulges out right here, right? And this sinks in right here, so we kind of have the sunken thing. But then at the outer part of your eye, kind of right here, all of this kind of comes out and then goes up. So that's why women, when they do their makeup, they always highlight this top part right under their eyebrow because they want to really accent that their eye kind of has this really nice shape. So we're actually going to take all this light part and we're going to bring this in. Not all the way, but just further than what it was before. Because this character... Yes, a lesson in makeup. You know, I actually found out something really interesting. For the longest time, I thought that like all the makeup trends that you see like on YouTube and stuff were all like recent stuff, but makeup has actually been the same. Like the foundations of makeup, or like the basics of makeup, have been the same since like the 50s, I think. There's like a tutorial, like a really, really old tutorial when people first started filming and stuff, and one of the things that they filmed was like how a proper lady should do her makeup, and like everything was basically the same. There was like maybe like one difference, I think, but I was really surprised by that. Hey Kermit, what's up? Oh, the reason I asked if you guys watch Ergo Proxy is because this is like the soundtrack to it. It's an anime. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I bet red lipstick can be made from that. I don't wear red lipstick though. I actually only have one brand of lipstick that I like, and I usually wear like a pale color. Pale? P-A-L-E. I don't know why I felt like that was said weird. I was thinking like a pill with like a pill and bucket, you know? Like something you would take to the beach or something. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking that. Anyways, we're just gonna ignore that. What have you been up to, Kermit? Yeah, I haven't really been streaming a whole lot. That's gonna change in January though. I like this song. Yes, I love this song. I forgot all about it. My other headset broke. I went on vacation and when I came home, my headset was broken. So I'm using an older headset until my new one comes in. And we don't want that super dark color to come all the way out, so I'm just kind of taking like a semi-dark color but not overly dark. And just softening out the edges of her eye right here. Oh, oops, my program is like freaking out. I'm gonna really pull this down. I love dancing to the song. It's like my favorite. It's my get ready go-to. So because of the shape of her eyes, I'm actually gonna really pull this corner up and in. Right now it's just kind of going straight. I really want it to like curve in. And try to get rid of any old shading, because that might throw it all off. Still trying to make her eyes a little bit smaller. Okay, so her eyebrows still aren't right to me. But for the sake of making sure I'm tracking my progress, I'm gonna go ahead and just copy and paste this. Copy, paste, and pull it to the right so that we can see like where I'm at so far. And I'm actually going to hide that one and push that all down. Alright, yeah, that should be good enough. And I don't really like where working on the edge of the sheet. I don't know why. I have this weird thing where I don't like to work on the edge. So I'm gonna pull everything in.
Because we are always in the sun, we had to. Don't worry about these little things who corrupt your life and make you live deep inside a lie. Many good friends make parts of your entourage. They still
I'm gonna add a darker shadow because I really want it to feel like she's kind of like squinting or looking up fiercely. So basically we're just gonna try to find like a darker color. I think I'm gonna try to stay away from pink or purple because I don't want it to feel like this is skin right here. So I'm gonna go more towards like the blue section and kind of gray it out and make it maybe like right about there. I don't know. And we'll just kind of put this over the top of the lid. Ah, that's still kind of too dark. Right there. Okay, something like that. And we're also gonna bring the eyes in more. This is all gonna be trial and error at this point. Yeah, I want to pull this up. And up right here. I'll try to get rid of this outer corner since we're pulling everything in. It's probably gonna look a little weird now that I'm like getting rid of her lashes. And I know a lot of people say that they have issues with making their eyes even, and I think really the only thing that I can say is like, I forget what it's called. There's a technique to this and I talk about it a lot, but basically it's like this technique where you just compare things to each other. So if you're trying to like make something even, basically you're gonna like put a line through this, right, and compare one side to the other. So basically we'll just compare, say I like this eye and I'm trying to fix that one. So I'm just gonna compare literally every detail of this and fix it over here. So one thing that I'm noticing, if we just kind of go in, sometimes it helps to like flip it and look at it, is the shape of the top lid. So this lid, like if we kind of fix it even, this is very flat along the edge, like right here on that black line, but if we come over to this one, there's like a bump coming out and then going around that way. So we don't want that. Basically, we're just gonna fix that. We're gonna match it. And it's just one little bit at a time. Another thing that I'm noticing is look at how like rounded off this edge is, but then when we go over and look at this one, it's very pointed. So you just basically fix it. And that's how I make things look even. I just go through and compare everything. This is also how I do studies sometimes. So anytime I'm unsure of how to draw something, I'll basically just like compare I'll try to do my own version first and then go through and compare what I did wrong with what's right in another person's like art or whatever. And sometimes though, it can get to the point where you can't really tell all the differences. Because it's just so like fine-tuned at that point. So at that point I will have a grid that I'll make, and I'll just come in here and make sure that the grid matches up to the center of the nose and the lip. So if this is the center of the grid, it should come into the center of the nose because the nose is the center of the face, right? And then it should come down to the center of the lips. If it doesn't, then obviously your lips are like wrong or something's wrong. Basically, if anything doesn't match up on this grid perfectly, obviously it's wrong. So I'm going to take this and just kind of put it somewhere where I think is going to be kind of easy to judge. And we're just going to fix some spots in the eye that I'm like having issues with. What's up, Red Walrus? Cheers! So are you guys excited for Ashes to come out? It won't be for a while, but I've been hearing a bit about it. I actually don't like this grid. It's like really bothering me. So, because it's bothering me, I'm gonna make a new one. I'm going to just kind of like turn down the density of this. Let's see. So I'm gonna take it and let's do green because green's very easy to see over red. And what I do is, like, if you ever have issues or you're using a program that doesn't allow you to do straight lines, some programs don't let you do perfectly straight lines. Some do. It just depends on what you're using. But my program doesn't let me do that without a lot of like tweaking, and it's really annoying. So what I like to do is I'll use a select tool that does squares, because we know that the square, like no matter what I do with it, it's always going to be perfectly parallel with the X and Y axis of this like whole document. Then I'll go in and I'll take the color that I'm using with the pencil tool or whatever's like got the most color and go through and shift click, and it should make a straight line going down, and shift click, and you'll see I kind of have a corner. So basically I'll just go layer copy and I'll flip it horizontally, and the only way that this grid is going to work is if you make it perfect. So it has to be perfect or consistent, rather, one or the other. So yeah, basically I just like make sure I flip everything. I don't copy and paste and then pull something to the side. I always copy and then flip it or whatever. It depends on what you're doing. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna continue making this grid real quick. So now I have made another layer and I'm gonna flip it vertically. And you can see what that looks like. And I'm just gonna match it up perfectly right over the old one. And it's not matching up perfectly. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna use a different color. I love this song! You're excited for Ashes? What part about it are you excited about? Because there's a lot of neat things that I saw. So I'm going to copy this layer and then I'm going to filter it, turn it a different color so that I don't ever get the middle mixed up. I'm okay with blue, honestly. I think that'll be okay. And basically what I do is I just kind of pick like a spot on the face that I want to measure. So usually like if I'm doing faces, I'll do like the nostril going up to the eyebrow. That's a good spot to start with. Layer copy it and flip horizontally and then bring that. Oh, didn't work. Okay, so that's a mistake. Crap. Why am I having a brain moment? I don't know, I forgot how I do it. Oh well, whatever. So I'm just copying this a little bit horizontally and I'm gonna guesstimate. I don't typically do this. I don't know why I'm having a weird moment where I'm forgetting. Basically, instead of like using the face, I just want to use like the shape. And I think I got that right on the first try. Because if I pull it in, it's gonna be too little compared to the side, so I'm gonna bring it out. I think that's perfect. Okay, yay! And then I can merge that down. Oh my gosh. Okay, layer, copy. Another thing that you can do is once you have that like already like perfect with like a, what is it, perpendicular, where everything's like meeting each other, you can size it up or down because you know no matter what it's gonna scale perfectly. And you can move it around and do whatever you need to do with it. So layer, I'm gonna flip this. Not flip it. Rotate. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot. Okay. So now I'm kind of making horizontal lines. And as long as everything's consistent and even, it should be fine. I freaking love this song. Honestly, I'm afraid to get on the hype train about that game. Just because I've been through so much with like games and stuff and them like not being run properly. So I kind of have like, I don't know. I'm not really like overly excited right now. I'm waiting to see like once it gets closer kind of like how it's doing. Or like how much they're telling, because I feel like a bad sign for like games is if they're not like giving a lot of information of like how the progress is going, or if they have like too many bells and stuff. So I'm kind of nervous right now, but like closer I might be hyped up depending on how it's turning out. Does this program not have guides? I've never actually looked up any guides. It's an Asian program, so I'm like afraid. Like, guide in what sense? Like a manual or just like tutorials and stuff? I bet you there's probably all kinds of tutorials for this. I love this song. Love me. I love this song. Love me. The first time I ever heard the song, it was on a meme. It was like, not a meme, a Vine or whatever, of a girl who like had a wig on and the guy accidentally took it off, but he still liked the girl anyways. And so like ever since then I've really loved it. Okay, so layer copy it, and I'm literally just gonna like take it and push it up. And again, as long as it's consistent, it should work. So basically, I'm using this as my indicator right here because that's where it's starting to be different, right? Give me a run for my money. Copy and flip vertically. Push it down. And I think that's the same. I wanna be with you, girl. I might be tipsy. If there is a tutorial on that, I will look it up. Because if there's an easier way to make a freaking grid, I'd be like really happy. I know like Photoshop has a grid already pre-built into it, and that's pretty awesome. But Sai doesn't have that option. Okay, so now that this is all even, I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees, and you can see it's making a bunch of horizontal lines. Love me. And I'm just gonna put all this in here and forget about it. This is Paint Tool Sai. S-A-I. I wanna be with you. I don't know why I like this song. It's so funny, but it's like cute. I don't know, and catchy. I have a problem. Okay, so basically, like, the grid itself doesn't have to be perfect, like little squares. I mean, it can be if you're doing that, or if that's what you want to go for. But as long as everything like perfectly reflects from the center line, then no. Oh, okay. I think that's okay. Shit, I don't think that's right. Oh my god. Well, okay. Well then, maybe there's an easier way. It's usually not this hard for me, but I might be tipsy, so.
How do you know I'm breathing when I'm holding my breath? Why don't we face the danger just for the night and forget? Baby, let's just forget. No, remind me while we're taking the break. It's obviously insane, 'cause we both know what we want. So how do we fall in love? Baby, let's fall in love. Oh, 'cause every time I'm with you, I go into a zone. And I remember all the places you wanna go. Take me all the way. Ain't nobody gonna touch it, touch it, touch it. 'Cause every time I see you, I don't wanna behave. I'm tired of being patient, so let's pick up the pace. Take me all the way. Ain't nobody gonna touch it, touch it, touch it. Oh, ain't nobody gonna touch it, touch it, touch it. Baby, ain't nobody gonna touch it, touch it, touch it. Let go. Touch it, touch it, touch it. Oh, ain't nobody gonna touch it. Remind me why we're taking the break. It's obviously insane, 'cause we both know what we want. So how do we fall in love? Baby, let's be alive. 'Cause every time I'm with you, I go into a zone. And I remember all the places you wanna go. Take me all the way. Ain't nobody gonna touch it, touch it, touch it. 'Cause every time I see you, I don't wanna behave. I'm tired of being patient, so let's pick up the pace. Take me all the way. Ain't nobody gonna touch it, touch it, touch it.
Oh, okay, that's better. Let's see.
Make the phone ring. Why do I even care? How are you all around me when you're not really there? When you're not really there. Yeah. How do I feel you on me when you're not on my skin? Why do you say you want me, then tell me you're not coming in? Baby, just come on in. 'Cause every time I'm with you, I go into a zone. And I remember all the places you
In order to just realized I should actually have a grid pre-made already. Whoops. Oh well, it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase down the center. Just because I really... I do actually have one saved. I just forgot that it existed till this moment. Whoops. Oh well, it's okay.
How do you know I'm breathing when I'm holding my breath? Why don't we face the danger?
I already made it, so I'm just gonna stick with it.
Baby, let's just forget. No, remind me while we're taking the break. It's obviously insane 'cause we both know.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that up there. And I'm actually gonna make this smaller, so I'm just gonna scale the whole thing down because I need a little bit more width. Shit, yo. I'm going crazy. Where? That was weird. That's slow. Okay. Weird. Okay. Maybe I have like a PvP list? Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. I love this look. It's like I'm having a mini party tonight. Okay, here we go. So we're starting to kind of fix some issues. I know. Okay, so I'm already seeing some issues with the head, but honestly, like when I made this, I wasn't worried about like the top of the head, just because, well, we're not gonna see it anyways. But I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of fix it. So we're gonna bring this in because this over here is like not even over half full of her head, skin, whatever. So something like that is okay. This side needs to be kind of pulled in. Her ear needs to be pulled in. That's hilarious. Yeah, I should have a perfect grid saved somewhere. Okay, I want to start it over. I'm a terrible person. I love this song. I think it describes my character though. We're gonna bring her eyebrows in just a little bit more. Let's try to make sure that her eyes are kind of even. So we're gonna go in and we're also going to pull her cheekbones up. I wanted to really feel like she's kind of looking up a bit. I'm going to have to change her face just a tiny bit too to make it feel like she's looking up, because right now her actual like face is straightforward. So I'm going to have to cut that and change that to achieve the look that I'm going for. But this is a good start. We'll just start slowly transitioning everything. We're going to thin out this area right here because it's like kind of blurry because I changed the size of the mannequin that we were working with. So I'm going to go in and fix any blurry spots and really thin this out. And I want that dark shadow to come in a bit. I don't know, it really just depends on what I'm trying to do ultimately. I might drag her eyes in a bit more. I don't know. Let's just try to softly. Let's see. To accentuate the highlight on her nose, so I'm gonna actually take this like really bright highlight right here and I'm gonna push it down. And this will make it really feel like her nose is sharp and like the camera's kind of looking down at her, or that she's looking up at the camera. And I'm gonna make that even brighter. Turn up the density of the brush. To come further down. So let's just compare the two. Subtle differences. Can't really tell a whole lot yet. Haven't really done much since the last mannequin. Let's take some color and pull it down here on her. I don't know what this thing is. I always forget whatever that thing is. I always forget. I swear I'm not a bad person. I'm gonna make her lips just a little bit wider. And I think I'm still gonna make her iris or pupils or whatever smaller. Which means I'm gonna unfortunately be getting rid of a lot of a color, but that's okay. We'll come back to it. Oh yeah, I can just use the old file to come back and put the color back on. dark spot like right here to make it feel like there is a shadow. I'm gonna pull in this even further, the inner corner of the eye. I'm trying to give her eyes a more realistic feel instead of how like big and anime they were before. The other thing I'm going to do is kind of highlight on the inner corner to make it feel... Oops, didn't do that right. Let's first go in with pink and fix that line. Let's get rid of any liner. And then go in with the highlight on her face. Come up this way. And then go in on the lower part. Still doesn't feel right. Let's soften this up with a peachy color. Oops. Still not right. There we go. Still not enough. Starting to come together. Let's take like a really dark purpley pink and go over that black. Something like that looks a little bit better. And again, we're just comparing, so this one comes all the way in and touches this line on the grid, so we're going to bring this and touch that part of the grid, and then softly bring it down. And I'm going to bring her eyes up just a bit more, right here. Oops, that's on the grid. I really wanted to feel like she was looking up at us. And if it's with a scowl, then she's going to be kind of squinting, so her eyes are going to be very like slit or slanted. And we're going to bring this down, pull this all in. Still not enough. We're going to have a lot of fixing to do on her face after this. Because we're starting to make it more realistic in this anime, and it's going to take some fixing. Let's pull her eye in just a bit more. Okay, so just comparing it to the old one, like, I know it's a very, very subtle difference, but honestly, her eyes look way better in the right one, even though she doesn't have, like, all the makeup on or whatever from the, like, eyeliner or whatever you want to call this right now, lashes or eyeliner, whatever. Anyways, so she doesn't really have that over here, but because we kind of, like, sized her eyes in a bit and really defined, like, where the eye ends and stuff, and kind of brought it in more, it's already, like this, to me, like, I'm already drawn to her eyes, whereas this one is kind of like, it just, like, it's okay, it doesn't look, like, terrible, but I already, like, feel a connection with this one, so that's kind of important, subtle differences, but we still have, like, a really, really long ways to go. A really long way. I still want them to be even smaller, the pupils. So to keep track of the progress, I'm going to layer copy this and pull it to the side. And we're just going to merge all these down so that we can keep on comparing all of them. So like if we just look at the first one and compare it to the last one, let's just put this over this for a second. Like, you can tell her eye, there's just her eyes for some reason, we're making them smaller and a little bit more focused and pulling them up. So it's easier to, like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, this is easier to look at, I guess, or it makes you feel like the character is actually looking at you. This one feels like the character is, like, looking through you, or, like, doesn't really have a focus, I guess. I don't know. Like, the eyes just don't feel focused. And let's bring that grid over. Yeah, her eyebrows are still really high up. Okay, so just for time's sake, I'm not going to slowly bend her eyebrows down. I'm just gonna literally, like, copy paste them and pull them down, because she's gonna be, like, kind of looking up, right? So I'm just gonna take all this, and actually probably all of this too. And edit copy, edit paste, and then we're gonna drag it down. I really want it to feel like she's scowling, and right now it just really does not feel like that. So we're just gonna pull those eyebrows down along with her head. That's way better. Holy crap. Holy crap. Get rid of the edges of the old one. Okay, so now we can kind of see that through her hair. That's what I was looking for. I might still take a really dark color and go over her eyebrows just to see. Let's kind of pull it in a little bit more and see. I just want to kind of see what it'll look like if I darken this up a bit. Her hair's gonna take some work too, but that's already looking much more like her personality. Like, just very determined, fierce, but still kind of, not petite, but like, slender, I guess? Okay, anyways, let's hide that for a second, and we're just gonna keep kind of fixing some things, and then I'll go through and work on her hair and her outfit. I'm gonna go in and kind of fix her lips a bit. Because you can see around the edges, it's very like blurry from supersizing this. So we're just gonna fix that. And I always tell people, like when I'm doing my tutorials, when you're working on lips, it's not really the line on the inside that makes the expression. I mean, it kind of is a little bit, but it's actually more so like the outer corner and adding some definition there, or whatever way you curve the outer corner will kind of make the expression. So it's like basically kind of like micro muscle movement or like micro expressions, sort of. I don't know what else to call that, but like little tiny details that really like make or break a painting. So like, especially when it comes to like lips, the outer corners to me are like my favorite part to work on, because just like the subtle things that you do to them like completely changes the expression that you're going for. And I'm gonna pull her lip out a bit on this side. I think that's even now, right? Kind of. Let's bring it down over here too. And now that she's kind of going to be looking up, I'm going to harshen up this shadow underneath her lip. And I'm also going to add like a lot of red instead of just purple. And I'm going to take the shading and very, very subtly transition it to over here. So like the shape of your face, everybody's face is different obviously, but like usually for a lot of people, this like indent right here will eventually come in and meet up with the spot right here, if that makes sense. But this part right here will come out right here, and then it'll kind of meet up right here. So usually like on the jaw, it's hard to tell on this because we're looking at it from a front view, but if you were to look at it from the side, you would see what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna basically very subtly try to kind of transition those to each other. You can kind of see I already did it, like this is all lit up right here, and then this is all darker right here, and then obviously up here it's a lot brighter. But I'm gonna darken it up just because it's kind of a harsh light, and I didn't really define that well enough the last time I worked on her face. So I'm going to soften the density of my brush. Oh my gosh, it's this long. I can't handle it anymore. Something faces, yes. That's how that works. I don't know what this is. Okay, whatever. I think I like this look, but I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, so we're just gonna take that shadow and bring it up under the lip very softly. Pull that up. But we're not gonna go up to the chin. Whoa, I heard a beeping noise. Oh, hey, a subscribe. Thank you. You can't see my heart gang sign, but I'm throwing it up. And the amount of definition that you're putting right here is going to really depend on the person's face shape. Obviously, all the shading will change depending on whatever face shape it is that you're going for. But it'll be roughly the same for most people. Roughly. Very, very, very roughly. Yes! Flowers! I love that emoji. I don't know. Is it bad? Am I biased for liking my own emoji? I'm weird, I know. And we're just gonna keep harshening up that shadow, but not too much, just enough. And another thing that like kind of changes it is depending on like how far out their chin is. Like if you had a character that had like a really big chin, you would really define this like shadow right here, and you would also really define the like indent right about here. And if you were to zoom out and just kind of like without looking at the roughness of it, you would see that that's like making it look like their chin is coming out much further or more pointed. So how much shading you add really will change the dynamic of what you're looking at. And I'm not gonna make this too dark. We're just gonna slowly build that up. Sheep jokes? I don't get it. I'm confused. Man, I can't wait for January because I'm gonna be like streaming on a regular basis. It's exciting. And I have everything set up for making sure that I'm making progress. I'm also going to be doing like fashion streams. I think this will actually be really great because at least once a week I'm going to focus on like a character, random character or whatever, an important character. Doesn't matter, any kind of character in my comic, and just kind of work on their fashion. And anything that doesn't get added to the comic, I'm just going to make a fashion book. So I'm like really excited for the changes that are going to be coming. I'm going to copy and paste this and pull it to the side so that we have a comparison of our progress, because that's what concept art is for the most part. And I'm going to hide the old one for now. No, I don't want to hear these. I like this one. I'm turning up my music volume. Sorry if you guys are annoyed by that. Okay, so something I'm gonna kind of do is just go in and fix some edges that are really fuzzy. We're also gonna go in and fix some spots that are edges that fuzzy, but like not just the edges of the face, also like inside like the ear and stuff. From this angle you're not really gonna see a lot of the ear, but I'm gonna hint the shape of the ear. So we're gonna take the shadow and kind of pull it down. Because I really want it to feel like we're looking at her scowling, so it's gonna change this whole thing. It's starting to look better. And soften the density of my brush and just come in and start adding like really dark shading along the edges right here. Maybe even add some red in there. We don't want it to be like too much of one color. We want to kind of add a bit of a transition. And I might push this in even further because I really want it to feel like she has a slim face. So I don't want it to feel fat, and it kind of feels fat right now. Some things that would probably fix that is like getting rid of all this like dark purple around the edges here and there. Not getting rid of it, but like pushing it in, I guess, rather. Go in with a grid and just kind of push everything in even more.
Lately, I've been hearing the cries of angels when I close my eyes.
Oops. Probably help if I...
Remember?
Whoa, why did it turn out like that?
Remember?
That's weird. I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah. Good. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to make sure that this is centered on her nose in the perfect center, but I'm also making sure that I have like a corner on the grid like on her ear, because then I can use this to easily see where this one should be. And I'll touch yours. Oh my gosh, I have a problem. We're trying again. We're listening to this instead. Okay, anyways, so we're gonna go in and we're just gonna kind of dense in her face, condense, or like push in her face a little bit, because it's still kind of pretty wide, and I think that the shadow that I've created is already kind of in the right spot. So basically what that tells me is that I need to go back through everything and push her face in. Yes. So we're gonna take like a really dark red color or something. This purple, that'll work. Okay, and just kind of push this in and push the ears in. Somewhere like that. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So you'll notice that the inside of her ear comes right about here, but it doesn't go all the way to the edge of the square. So we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're gonna take the inside of the ear and have it come all the way over here. And then bring it all the way up here. And up here. And fix anything that doesn't add up. So it needs to kind of come out like that. A little bit. Bring that up. Pull that in just a little more. Still feels not right, so I'm just gonna really softly pull that up a little bit more. Push that in a bit. And part of the other thing is to realize that she's kind of looking up at an angle, so we're not really actually going to see a lot of her ear. So we need to kind of erase around the edges on that. Pull that in. Okay, that is much better. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that and compare it to the first one. So we're just gonna take this, turn it up, take that, and put them side by side. And I know it's kind of hard to tell because she's right next to all these other like things, but you can kind of already see, like I said, it probably doesn't look as pretty because she's not wearing as much makeup. That'll kind of interfere with things, but this face right here has more expression than this one to me. Like this just kind of, like I said, it feels like it's like seeing through you. This one feels like it's like actually looking at something and kind of determined. So go ahead and now we can start working on adding like makeup and hair. I'm not really gonna add like a lot of makeup. I'm just gonna kind of fix our eyes a little bit and some other details that need it. But the next thing that I want to try, so I'm gonna save this and we're gonna make a new folder again. So we'll go save as, and we're gonna do Inuit hair study 1 and save that as a PSD. And we're just gonna hide all of these. We don't need those anymore because this is a new file. And we're going to work on her hair. And it probably looks a little strange right now. I don't really care. Okay, so some things that I was having issues with on her hair. Let's see. I have some references pulled up or somewhere, saved somewhere, of like hairstyles that I might possibly do for her or want or whatever. So the first one is this one, and where's the other one? Uh-oh, where's the other one? I saved it, I know I did. Oh, here it is. Okay, so those were ones that I wanted to try. I don't know, some part of me wants her to have like short hair, and then some other part of me is like, well, I don't know. At the same time, it's like she's gonna be kind of nobility and a high-ranking figure, and I feel like a lot of those kind of people have pressures by society and whatnot to kind of be like dressed a certain way or kept a certain way. So I might make her hair a little bit longer, I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe she cuts her hair. That's always like, some animes do that. I have, where's the other one? It's gonna take me a second to find it. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of refix our eyelashes and stuff now, and her eyes. And we'll go in and add some hair. Oh, that's not supposed to have that. Whoops. Why is that one not a layer like that? Weird. Right. That's what I mean, is like I think her being under an elder, she would probably have her hair like somewhat long or whatever. I think the fashion for those people is kind of long hair possibly, but I'm not really sure. I haven't decided officially. And it also just depends, like, personally, if I want to have like hair as like a sort of development for her. I don't really know, but basically I'm just gonna, for tonight, I'm gonna be just trying different things to see kind of what's out there. Let's push that shadow up a bit more. Yeah, now let's take this dark color and push it in like that. And take that dark color and push that in. Oops, dark color. Because now that she has got hair over her face, we're going to kind of bring that shadow up. And we're going to make it even darker. So now it kind of feels like there's a shadow for the hair. I'm gonna make another drink. BRB real quick. Okay, I'm back. Cheers! Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna find a hairstyle that I've been wanting to use. I think it might be on my phone. Give me a second to find it. Pretty sure I found like something that I wanted to use. Maybe not. Downloads? Weird. Oh, I think I found it. Okay. It's on my phone, so you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but basically we're going to go in. And change our hair up a bit. So usually when I'm doing hair, for long hair, I like to use a vertical brush. What that means is it's not a circle brush. It actually like is kind of long, and it curves to whatever it is that I'm doing. So it's really like probably really good for like calligraphy and hair, anything with like swirls or like water or like doing magic and stuff, that kind of thing. I'm gonna try using this. I don't think it's gonna work though, because she's got kind of, what I was gonna try was this like curly updo. So we're just gonna kind of erase all the edges right here and come up with that curly style and push it out. Kind of like that. And I've never done this hairstyle before, so it's probably gonna take me a few tries to get it right. And you'll notice whenever I'm doing hair, I never make my strokes perfect. They overlap each other, they do all kinds of weird things, and they just kind of flow and do their own whatever. Sometimes it calls for perfection, but not usually. That's not ever the case. And I'm just gonna go in and work on shading it so that it looks like the light is coming from above and hitting the top of this hair, and then it's getting darker underneath where the light can't reach. I want to hear it again. Okay, anyways. Gonna come in and just add some wisps on the inside of her ear. We're not gonna see her ear. It's gonna get covered up by anything that's like kind of up at the front, but kind of like this, I think. I actually really like that. I'm really surprised. I didn't think I was gonna like this one. Wow, I really like that one. I'm like really impressed. I really did not think I was gonna like that one. Holy crap. Jeez. Let's go. Oops, where's the other one? Okay, we can go to that. And that. Let's put the old hairstyle on this one. And let's layer copy it, and I can pull it to the side. And now we're gonna work on that bun a little bit because it's been driving me freaking crazy. It's a different layer. Weird. Okay, anyways. Okay, so I think I have another. I had another reference somewhere. Where's that long one? I'll try that. Whatever. I just can't get over how much better this looks and how surprisingly good this one looks. I'm so surprised. I can't get over it. What the heck? Never in my life would I ever do that for a character, but like it works for her. It's really weird. I don't know if I want her to have like, I don't know. I guess I'll just keep trying other hairstyles. Okay, let's try to add some shading over this just because it's hard to tell if I like it or not because it doesn't really have like, any shading on it. Maybe I should give it like really harsh edges. I don't know. Just make sure that that one doesn't overlap everything too much. As much as I like the long hair, I don't know. Like, I just don't. I think I really want that for her. You know, I don't know. I think maybe she probably just like cut her hair for whatever reason. Maybe it is fashionable. I don't know. I just don't really see her with long hair. Like, I like it for the fact that like I personally love long hair, but honestly, like short hair just suits her. Have a good night, McVander Huge. Thanks for stopping by. So your waifu is up high. Yeah, I don't really like the long hair. Okay, well we tried it. Oh, I said tell the waifu I said hi. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and just kind of add like eyelashes and stuff to kind of define it. Oh, she's sleeping. Sorry. I know. Let's give her pigtails. Or we could give her super short pixie cut. Let's go back down to the vertical brush. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe like... I don't know why this one just like... It's really weird. What about, like, oops, I did redo. No, redo, 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 redo. Okay, here we go. I could try like very perfect straight cut again, like we had before. I guess redo it because I didn't really do it right last time. That looks better. That looks much better. I don't know. What do you think? What if I gave her, like, I don't know what they're called, like, long pieces? Like, 2 long pieces? It's like, what's that anime called? Chobits? Oh, maybe we could try like one of those like Egyptian haircuts. Let me look them up. So I found out a while ago that most women that could afford it, they actually wore wigs in ancient Egypt, because probably due to, like, you know, it was easier to take care of than getting lice in your hair and all that stuff, and probably easier for the heat and everything. So anyways, like a lot of like those ancient Egyptian paintings or whatever the fuck you want to call them, they like all have that same hairstyle because that was what was in. So maybe we could do that. Let's look up Egyptian wig. Not shopping, Google. Oh, I'm getting all kinds of atrocious stuff. Is it this one? Okay, I think it is. Okay, so let's go in. We're gonna have to make this smaller. Let's go. Open up the, oops, not that. Let's paste this in here because that's like the most recent one. And file save, just so I don't lose it. And go back to this one. And we're gonna merge everything down. Actually, let's layer copy and hide that. And merge that all down. Okay, and we should be able to size everything down. Oops. Oh my gosh, she just looks so much better than what she did before. I'm like really excited about how she's turning out. It's probably a very subtle difference to other people, but I can see it. And that's very, very exciting. Okay, so we're gonna try like an Egyptian wig, and I'm gonna do like the same thing as the like cuffs in the front or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but we're gonna make her hair just a little bit longer to go with it. So come in and bring her hair to about shoulder length. And honestly, we're not even probably gonna see like all this like dark stuff underneath because like the hair is gonna be so thick that it's just gonna like naturally come around right about here. And I think it does probably like have like a pin in it or whatever bead. I guess a bead, technically. I don't really know what else to call that. Okay, and then we're gonna take the front and kind of pull it in as if there's like some kind of like bead or something like holding it together, and we're gonna like make this a little bit darker. Somewhere like right about there. And I kind of like that, honestly. If I could just refine it and make it not look so messy, it probably would actually look really nice. And probably add some sort of like bead or something to kind of pull it all together. Ah, man, I might actually be really excited for this one. I really like the short hair, honestly, like with the curl to it, but if I work on this culture and their sense of fashion, we could do some really cool things with it.
Exploration of space.
I wonder what those are called. I don't know what to call them, like ribbons or like cuffs, hair cuffs. I don't know. Hair cuffs. But I bet there are different kinds. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm chasing freedom for the fear lies. I gotta do it cause I can't chase fear myself. I'm about as broken as I confess. But better than most likely coward, gotta hold the crown. You don't know me, come in and take your crown, bow down. You know that I can do better, better. I don't need you to come in and show me how. Settle down, cause you know that I can do better, better. I'm not here to take no names or reservations. I'm the devil telling Satan I'm just wild. Sit the fuck down. I'm a killer, let me live just how I'm living. Ghetto heart with good intentions. I'm just wild. Sit the fuck down. Running circles causes regret. It's the only thing I see straight. Mental health, black and white, colored sunset. Empty bitches need water cause I'ma give them hell. You don't know me, come in and take your crown, bow down. You know that I can do better, better. I don't need you to come in and show me how. Settle down, cause you know that I can do better, better. I'm not here to take no names or reservations. I'm the devil telling Satan I'm just wild. Sit the fuck down. I'm a killer, let me live just how I'm living. Ghetto heart with good intentions. I'm just wild. Sit the fuck down.
There we go.
Limitations got you waiting round in circles. Got my mind on melancholy. Now I'm fading color purple. Sit down.
So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. I don't want to like spend too much time on one thing getting like frustrated or anything. I'll come back to it. But we've got like a pretty good variety of hair going on. Let's go in and I'm just gonna pick this one for now just because it looks like the most complete out of all of them. And we'll use that one. So I'm gonna layer, copy it, and merge everything down. And pick this one. And we're gonna go to her official outfit and clear everything up. And we're going to put the new head and hair on. Oh my gosh, she just looks so much better than before. Oh my gosh. Slowly but surely, one step at a time, she'll come together. Maybe we can keep the pin in her hair? Maybe we can keep the bun? I don't know. Would that be weird? I don't like the bun. Why not both? The pun? Honestly, I'm not really sure. I mean, I could. I don't know. It seems a little not right. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and edit that with a bun so that it's not like a random... I don't know how to say it, honestly. What am I trying to say? Okay, let's just merge everything down and kind of see what happens. Whoops, not that one. Let's go back up. Not that one. Yeah, it would have to be like edited in such a way that it like fits the hairstyle. But I think I like what we already have. I don't know, we can play with it a bit, I guess. Maybe like a small bun. Oops, let's turn the density up. Just seems weird, I don't know. Yeah, it's not working. It's not working, okay? We're getting rid of it. We're also going to get rid of this right here. Actually, we're also going to make her taller, so this has kind of been bothering me for a while. I don't know. Like, I like this hairstyle, but now that I'm looking at it, like, on her actual body, I'm not liking it. This is the problem. Oh my god. I could literally do anything in it. It could be anything. Okay, hold on. Maybe let's, like, go back and kind of look at... I actually really like this one, but... What am I trying to say? Not that one. The other one. Where's the other one? It's the same thing, but like a different type of look. Okay, is it that one? Layer, copy, and paste it and make it that size. I actually really like this one. I don't know why. I'm okay with it. It feels like it's a different culture, like the way that they do like their hair and stuff. It doesn't feel the same as the other ones, I guess. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of fix it to the hair to make it like look right. I don't know why, I really like this one. And it also depends on kind of like, I can't see her whole body right now, so we don't really know how it's like shaping around her body, but I don't know why, I just really freaking like this. this already. I don't know if it's like all of her hair or if it's just the front. I think it's just the front. And let's just go ahead and merge that down and we can kind of fix it. Let's pick a different song. Not really feeling it. This will work. Go in and kind of fix some other spots that are really lacking. And kind of pull this one down. I don't want it to be like messy. I want her hair to feel like it's just uniform and put together well. I wonder what character. I bet there's a character out there that has like a similar hairstyle. It'd be really nice to use them as a reference to make sure that I'm doing this right. But I'm not gonna like dig for it, so we're just gonna kind of have to trust that it's gonna come together. I wonder what would happen if I like pull this up more. Oh, I see more of her eyebrows. I kind of like that. Okay, so in the real world, the bangs being that short would freak me out, cause that's really short bangs. In the real world, I would never ever like pick this kind of hairstyle. But since we're like working on this character and stuff, I really like it. What is wrong with me? Let's kind of pull her hair to the side because it's like kind of messed up. So we'll just pull this in more. I like it! I'm keeping it! I don't care what anybody says. I don't know, we'll see. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error because honestly I'm not really sure. But this is a really great start. And I'm gonna try to copy this, so layer, copy, and paste, and Control C the whole thing, and put it over, because for some reason the hair on this is bothering me. It doesn't feel like top heavy enough. So we're gonna just try to add this and kind of play around with it. I guess we're just basically trying out new things, whatever. Let's give her a bobblehead! Hey, little slimy, what's that? Okay, we're not gonna do that, but we're gonna make this smaller. Oh my gosh, I actually like that. What if I give her curly and this? Oh my gosh. So many options! I actually don't really have a problem with that. Okay, let's go back. Where is... Okay. Select clear. I actually don't mind having the other hairstyle underneath, so let's clear, copy it, and pull it all the way up here, and transform. Oh shit, I forgot to delete the other ones. Okay, let's delete the other ones first. And let's make this one bigger. Let's hide the other ones. This is almost looking futuristic to me personally. Let's... okay, let's put that down underneath. And layer copy in case we screw this up. And I'm just gonna go in and kind of play around with some things, like the length of it and stuff. Maybe I can do those things. Nah. Maybe what it means is I just need to make it wider. Okay, let's make it wider. How about that? Any mess-ups, and get rid of that. Okay, now let's layer copy, merge it all down, and pull it over to the body. Oh my gosh, now this one looks weird, like she has like, what's her name, Princess Leia, like bun. Oh my gosh, my imagination. Okay. Let's pull this one in. I think that's right. And we can hide the ones below. Let's just kind of look at before. Yeah, it looks much better. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. Oops, let's get rid of the one before. I kind of like that. It's better than what it was before. I don't know. It's gonna take some time for me to like figure out something, but this is definitely better than what it was before. So I'm gonna stick with this one for now and save the old one. So let's go back and save all this if it hasn't already been saved. We'll keep that one in mind though in case we change our minds. And then let's save this one. Okay. And let's go back to this one, and we're gonna make her taller now. So let me go find that lineup, and you'll notice that she's the same height as Aerie, and I don't really, I don't know, like I wanted them to be the same, but at the same time, like the more that I look at this, I'm just like, let's make her taller. I don't know, I just think more height would suit her. So I'm actually gonna copy her old, oops. Didn't want to save. Copy her old version. Put them. Oh. Whoa. Well then. That's awkward. Okay, we're gonna put them side by side, and we're gonna make her taller. So we're gonna go in. Oops. Put that in the background. And you know what? Let's make this a new, taller, and get rid of the old version. Let's just get rid of that altogether, shall we? Yeah. Okay, so using the old one as comparison, let's just, gosh, let's get rid of all this crap. Holy crap! There's so much crap. Okay, get rid of all the old versions. Get rid of that. That doesn't need to be in here. And we'll hide this for now. And we're gonna go in and fix the outfit and her like body and stuff and make her a little bit taller. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take her head out just because like when I warp everything I don't want her head to like get changed a whole lot. I'm gonna pull it up a little bit just to make her just a tiny bit taller, and then I'm gonna transform her body and pull it up. And I think this will be okay, honestly. I'm gonna make it just a little bit taller. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with that. Now I'm gonna go in and fix like her body and her outfit. I want this to actually look really nice, and I want it to cleanly merge in with the lighting and this one. So I'm actually gonna take Siva or Ari, it doesn't really matter which, or Siva. Okay, so I'm gonna copy and paste him and use his color scheme to work on Yunue's top armor. Or top of her outfit, whatever you want to say. Don't really care which. Okay, so we're gonna pull him over, and I'm actually gonna change the background of this. I don't like how this is that color. We're just gonna pick this color right here and bucket it over here. Oh, that's so much easier to look at. Holy crap. Okay, so now we're gonna hide that, and we're just gonna slowly bring her body together and kind of fix it because it's a little bit messed up in some areas. So we'll go in, get rid of all this excess stuff, whatever the heck that was. Get rid of any excess up here. I think that's her hair. I don't know where that's coming from. Oh, yeah. And I want her legs to look a little bit bigger, so I'm actually going to take the bottom of this and pull it up even further. So I'm going to select all of this, and I'm just going to pull it up a bit more. Much better. Again, we're gonna fix some spots that aren't really right. Let's pull up a reference because I don't want to screw this up, so I'm gonna save all the old work that I had, close out of all that. Close out of this, and we can close out of that. We don't need that anymore. We can close out of that. We don't need that anymore. We can close out of that. We don't really need that right now. And let's pull up some references that I had in mind. I'm gonna go to my art references folder. I know you guys can't see that right now, but sorting through millions of folders. I'm going to my projects and I'm picking Anya anyway. Oh, lovely. I don't really have what I was looking for. Okay, never mind. We're gonna go to a different folder. Possibly that as a reference? Okay, let's do one more. Different folder. I know know I had a bunch saved. I don't know what I did with all of them. BRB real quick. Okay, I'm back. Trying to find one more picture because I think it's kind of important. Okay, so we're gonna go in and just kind of fix our pose up a little bit. This was just for like a basic thing or whatever, but we're gonna go in and detail it and make it not look retarded. This cracks me up. Okay, anyways. And again, we said we wanted her to kind of look confident and fierce, but still kind of slender. And that'll just come with practice, but we're gonna go in. Oops. Let's get rid of all this. And pull this out. And I'm gonna use a darker color because we're starting to like actually match everything. Oops, I have the wrong brush going. So this is gonna be like And since this is a skin tight tutu, it's a tutu. She's definitely wearing a tutu. Since this is a skin tight, oh my freaking gosh. Oh my gosh. Since this is a skin tight outfit, her like arms are basically going to be shaded as if they were like skin. So we're gonna see like any sort of muscle or transition. It's just going to be like shaded with dark colors, dark blue instead of like skin colors. And we're gonna go over and fix the emblem on her outfit as well. But we'll do that last. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is kind of go in with these like lighter colors and really accentuate like her inner, what do you call it, wrist area. So this is pretty lit up, and then above like where her shoulder is, this is going to be very lit up as well, because it's going to be facing the light, which is coming from above. So because the light is coming from above, this side's going to be brighter, this side underneath is going to be way darker. All of this is going to be way darker underneath because that's going into the armpit. Anything that's underneath the hair or underneath in this area, that's all going to be darker. All of this is actually going to be a little bit lighter because our arm isn't going out, so we're not going to like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Words. Where's the lightest light on his armor? Okay, so we're gonna use the lightest light on his armor and just kind of throw that in right here and over here. Hers is a little bit more purple, and that's okay. I want there to be a little bit of variation between each person's armor. We're gonna make a really harsh line. Oops, hold on. Before we do that, let's get a different color to something that's like darker but not too dark, that can go underneath right there. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Okay, anyways, so let's go in with a really dark blue or whatever and make a harsh line right here to kind of indicate that there's an armpit there. And up this way and up underneath all this. Since we're darkening everything up, I really wanted to feel yeah, just darker, more contrasted. The lighting that they're in, I want to say is like, it's not normal lighting. I want to say fluorescent, but I actually don't really know. It's gonna make everything very contrasted. So like normal light, or like if you were to go outside and stuff, would be kind of harsh. If you were like, you wouldn't want to do it out in broad daylight to take a picture. You would want the characters to all be like in a shady spot. The shady spot will soften all the light so that it won't be falling on their faces very harshly. So that's actually a photography tip. You don't want to photograph in broad daylight for portraits. You want to do kind of like a shady or like a cloudy day. It softens up the light. But that's not what this is. This is actually going to be like a really harsh light for various reasons, to make the whole painting feel stylistic. But I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm just now starting to like create every character and pull them in here. So because I haven't really gotten to that part, I won't do the lighting until last, basically. I'm just gonna try to get all their outfits on the same page as far as like lighting goes, like roughly, and then after I've created all the characters, then I can like go in and perfect the lighting and make it way harsher on like their faces and their like bodies and stuff. Probably didn't explain that totally clearly, but that's okay. I don't know if I want her arm down or if I want her to like, I guess it's okay. I think I have another one. Everybody was like, anyway, pose for us. And she was like, okay, I'll pose like I'm at a fashion shoot. hot shit, yo. Like, what? We're an assassin group. What are you doing? That's not your job. It's kind of okay. It's not bad. I'll keep it for now. Okay, anyway, so now we're gonna add like the really dark spots around here and bring her elbow out with a lighter spot. And make the whole top of her arm kind of lit up. And kind of right here as well. Some other things that need to be kind of fixed are her dress, because the blues on her dress aren't actually dark enough. And her tights aren't dark enough, so we're gonna make those much darker. I'm okay with the heels for now. Cheers! I don't like the other arm, so I'm just gonna go in and like, we'll copy it, but we'll erase this part. I like it. We'll figure something else out. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna save. Okay, so now that we've got that, layer copy, merge it all down, and we're gonna reopen up that lineup picture. So I'll go to characters, lineup, and paste her in. Merge her down so she's not twice their freaking size. And I'm gonna merge her down just enough so that her heels are the same size, or like her face even. Yeah, her face is a good indicator, but she's taller, so it's okay if they don't match up. And hide the old one. And layer flip. Oops. okay. It's okay. I like that. That's a start. I'm still not quite happy with her face or her hair, but it's definitely much, much, much better than what it was before. That was before. Like, she just feels way too, like, sweet, and she's still, even though I put, like, a lot of work in it, she still really looks like Aerie, the girl to the right. So, yeah, she needs a lot of work. This is a good start, though. I'm gonna save this, but I'm actually gonna go back and kind of work on her face just a little bit more because there's some things that are just driving me crazy about it. Okay, so let's go back to, oops, save. That is not what I wanted to do. Open and go back down to Yonyoi. Body and face line up, and let's look at her face and her hair. So we can hide all these old ones now that we've kind of got a base that's like working for us. And I'm gonna save this so I don't forget. And let's go back to her hair. I don't know. I still haven't really come to a decision about her hair. It's gonna probably take a long time. But for now, maybe we should just use the bun that we have been using. Let's put her hair up in a bun and see what happens.
Honey, when I rank in a tight flow spark with a psycho chart, playing dice, go start on who are you? Gotta know yourself, know your soul, gotta know your will. Slow your roll, get a hold, don't melt, and don't you fall when I feel like hell. Oh, who am I? Am I me? I'm not the one you wanna fuck with. Late nights messing up my sleep, so I'm flustered. Taking out aggression with my pen because I trust it. Writing, trying to get myself a lamb color custard. Game from hanging by a chain, click bang, feeling rage, feeling fire in my brain, feel insane, and the story feel the flame. 45 from my brain, breathe more and breathe down, no glory. Color custard. Remember, I used to be that kid that every day would get rejected. Y'all got my story, the glory was painted on a song. I'm mortified but feel immortal. This pen to this paper always open up different portals. It's I and me, it's me and I'm by myself. I'm down the ride, I'm taking on the tide. Size of tsunamis touching the sky. I got a quick scan. It's time to move. Leaving everything else behind, I got something to prove. I'm just riding away, no, I ain't running away. I got memories set, no, I'm just finding my place where I belong to. Feeling glory in my soul. Hey, I'm riding away, I'm finding my place, yeah. Gotta escape, yeah, that's what I gotta do. See you on the other side, see you on the other side, see you on the other side. We all know.
I'm just trying to decide on a hairstyle. I don't really know, honestly. I think for now I'll just stick with the bun. Just for now. So layer copy and brush all this down. Oops, not like that. You know what? We'll do it this way. Where is your head, girl? Oh, okay. So we're gonna go in and make this smaller. So almost the same size, I would say. We're gonna put that over the old one. I'm also gonna get rid of the neck a bit. Yeah, that looks way better. We're gonna get rid of the edges. Push this one down. I'm not gonna do that. Let's get rid of that. And let's go back to the hair. We're gonna push that down. It's just a little too big, so we're gonna push it down a bit more. Looks good. We're gonna put these in their own layer just in case we have to change it ever again. Oh my god, why is that on the wrong layer? What is going on? Where's your face? Oh, I put it on. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Put all that in there. We're gonna arrange that down over the old one. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of that. And save. And we'll give it a hairpin just because she's kind of hella rich. And hella rich people gotta have fucking crazy shit in their hair all the time. So we're gonna put like a fly. It definitely looks a lot better. I'm gonna save what I have so far. We're also going to change her shoulders. And what I mean by that is we're going to come in here and make this shoulder longer. So basically the rule kind of, I mean it depends on what pose you're making, but usually the rule is like whatever your hips are doing, your shoulders kind of need to be equal or opposite. So let's go back to our references. We're gonna bring this up. Oops, wrong brush. That would explain a lot. Okay, simple brush. And just pull it out a little bit to kind of hint that there's a shoulder there. I don't want to make this extremely giant, because that can kind of make her look funny if her body is not the right proportions. We'll worry about that later. We'll come back to it.
What's the trick. I wish I knew. I'm so done with thinking through all the things I could have been, and I know you wanted to. All it takes is that one look you do, and I run right back to you. You crossed the line, and it's time to say F you.
I like the song.
What's the point in saying that when you know how I'll react? You think you can just take it back, but shit just don't work like that. Oh, the drug that I'm addicted to, and I want you so bad. Guess I'm stuck with you, and that's that. 'Cause when it all falls down, then whatever. When it don't work out for the better, if it just ain't right, and it's time to say goodbye. When it all falls down.
And let's erase around the edges to get those lace parts coming back out. And re-add edges so that it feels like the lace is kind of, yeah.
When it all falls down, I'll be fine.
And frankly, since this is all like a new kind of, or not new, but like what am I trying to say? Words. Since this is a new kind of pose, I'm gonna go in and fix some areas that I don't like right here. I don't really like them. And re-add some dark spots around here because I wanted to feel basically like you have your shoulder bone, this like shoulder muscle right here. I guess we'll just call it shoulder. I don't really know the like actual terms for him. Anyways, so you have that muscle, right? And then what it does is it sinks into this other muscle right here. And then you come down to this muscle that connects to the breast. So it should be a shoulder, like a teardrop shape for the shoulder, and then this like indent right here, and then a muscle that comes down into the breast. Kind of like that. That's not really a great drawing of it, but it's something along those lines. So basically we want to add like an indent right here, and then we want it to get kind of lighter right here as it comes out onto the breast. And we want to replicate that back on the opposite side, so we want to kind of go back and add that dark color coming down this way. And have that teardrop shape, and then the rest of the arm can come down. But as the arm gets further away from the light, this is going to get kind of darker. And then the hand's gonna be a bit dark, obviously. It's certainly looking better. I would say that her face still is not small enough, so I'm actually going to go in and make it just a little bit smaller. Just a bit. You don't want to go overboard. Just enough that her neck matches what's underneath. Much better. And let's go ahead and save this. Now we can get rid of Siva because he doesn't really match this picture. So we'll throw him out. And let's compare the old one to the new one. The hair is still got a long way to go, but her face just looks so much more fierce now. It really feels like in New A. It feels like her character. So I'm gonna go ahead and just copy and paste her into the actual lineup again. One more time now that we've got a better version. And push her down in. And I guess that's really up to me what I do at this point, but I'm gonna save that and close out of it. And we can just save this, I guess. Save all this. And save this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add in her, like, not makeup, but like eyelashes and everything. Because I wasn't really sure. I just wanted to see how everything looked. But now that it's kind of coming together, we can just, like, kind of go crazy with this. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of. We're gonna make her eyebrows a bit darker, just so they're very easy to distinguish from her skin. And we'll save that. Oops. Open. We'll go back to her body and paste her new face and just be sure we like that. Much better. Holy crap, that is just, that is worlds better. Holy crap, it looks so much better. Okay, let's pull our hair down. Wow, that looks so much better. Holy freaking crap! Anyway, yes! This girl slays, okay? So, layer, copy, and we're gonna merge it all down one last time. Let's see what the background looks like. Oh my freaking god. I'm so excited about it! Let's find the lineup. Characters. Lineup. Clean lineup. And paste this in. Layer flip. And transform. Oh my gosh! They're really coming together. Oh, I'm so excited. The only thing that I don't like is she has the same pose as Nikita, but this is okay. This is so much better than what I've ever had. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, can we just look at the old version for a second? Oh my gosh. Holy crap. I have the hiccups. I'm just kind of looking at them. I'm really happy about Inoue. She turned out great. Like, the old one wasn't like terrible or anything, but it definitely just was not fierce enough. It just kind of looked bland, and like I was trying to find different things, but not quite, like, sure. But this one is like absolutely for sure. Like, she feels like she's like she has a mood and a character. She doesn't feel like just some random drawing, I guess. I don't know. And that's important. So I'm super excited. I'm debating if I want to keep going or if I want to try to get some rest or work on something else. I don't really know. If I like keep working, I'm probably gonna like work on either Malik right here, the Lightning Mage, or Noro. I don't know. Okay. Okay, I guess we can kind of work on... We can make Nora shorter. Okay, so let's save all this, and now we can close out of that. We can save this now. Holy crap, she just looks so much better. I'm so excited about it. Anyways, okay, sorry, I gotta stop freaking out. We'll save this, and close out of that. We can close out of that, close out of that. And let's get Neuro pulled up. So let's go down. Neuro, official, body. Ew, gross. Not that one. Nah, that was an accident. Let's see. Let's go back up to the top. What the heck? I'm confused. Okay, let's use this one. So I'll go there, copy. And we'll delete the rest. Delete. 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 And let's go back up to his armor. Okay. I don't really know. I haven't decided what his armor looks like, but for now we'll just kind of put them side by side. And save this as... And we'll just put that right there. Okay, let's go back to the lineup. So go to our digital comic, characters and lineup. And we're gonna grab Aerie just so that she's an indicator of how tall he should be. Oh god. Well, that's awkward. How big is this file? What the hell? Canvas change size. What? Is it really that size? I don't believe it. Holy crap. Okay, anyways, whatever. Let's see. So we're just gonna use that as a reference. We're gonna make him shorter. Let's see. I don't want this face to change, but I don't really know what else to do. Let's go back. Paste, select, clear, and put that up there. We're gonna make him shorter, so we're gonna transform everything. And just kind of drag him. Yeah, I can do that. Just kind of drag everything down. And pull him right beside him. Okay, that'll work. There's the head up. We're gonna bring that back over here. This is gonna take a lot of thought. That's funny. That's funny.
It creeps on back through color glass, through color glass. I'll paint out the sun again to say I wouldn't change a thing. was wrong. It creeps on back through colored glass, through colored glass. I'll paint out the sound again to say I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. Come with me.
Okay. I think I'm gonna kind of relax a bit and head to bed. Or not head to bed, but I think I'm gonna take a break. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Maybe tomorrow, if I'm not doing anything, I'll probably stream. But starting Wednesday, the 2nd of January, I'm gonna be streaming like nonstop officially. So keep that in mind.